Hello, my name is Bill Haley, and this is part of my 3-minute introduction series into Haley 2024's The Movement's Government Reform Ideas. So this one's going to be on the human resources and sales sector. So you need to know, before we get into all that, we need to know how we do the major reforms. So let's back up. We switch all government power into 30 sectors with distinct representative elected leadership per sector. So we have 30, that's up here on the screen. So the people who are in charge of insurance regulations, they don't have anything to do with the people in charge of environmental regulations. Those people have nothing to do with who's in charge of the police regulations and police policies. Same thing with family law, separate sector. All 30 of them are separate. This human resources and sales sector is going to be a taxing sector. It's going to deal with, before we get into that, let's talk about the sector. Within this sector, in all 3 levels of government, federal, state, and local, most of this will be at the state level, but some authority will be knocked down to the local level. Maybe just a little bit will be moved up to the federal level. But these will have 12 distinct competitive regulatory agencies. So every person, every business picks who will regulate them. You don't want to pick one that is too low of standards, because your ratings will be low and you're going to lose business because of that. There's a full rating system. I encourage you to look at the rating system and how that's going to work out. It's a representative body, it's high quality information and the like. But the 12 different CRAs, competitive regulatory agencies, these are full governmental units with executive, legislative, and executive power. Executive, legislative, and judicial powers. So, and they also send people up to a representative level when and only when it needs to be done at the representative level. Not too much in this sector will have to be at the representative level, but a few things. And they're going to have some rating floors. Make sure the standards don't go down too low, especially when you're talking about taxes and the like. So, they're going to deal with the labor law, and that's perfect for income tax. That's going to be a little bit of income tax involved. Retail sales, that's going to be perfect for sales tax. A little bit of that's going to be involved. It's a good time to tell you all of my reforms within Haley 2024 is going to take government expenditures down from roughly 38 to 40% of GDP currently, all 3 levels of government, all the way down to about 10%. So there's a lot to get into on what's a tax, what's not a tax, but we really reduce how much taxes are needed. Anyway, prisons, police, and courts, you're going to have contracts with those people, and this will help facilitate that, because businesses are going to have contracts as well. And sometimes that's going to be based off of sales or housing prices, real estate prices, and the like. They're also going to be collecting 5% of GDP for the military capability system. That's to fund all of foreign policy, militaries, the diplomats, and the whole 9 yards. Look at that whole sector. But this will collect sales taxes for that purpose. They're going to assist with the identity sector with the 5% going to the Charity Distribution Association. We get rid of all government welfare. We switch to a charity model. Now, another sector, the identity sector, will be dealing with that, but this will assist with that as well, because it's a taxing sector. It's going to know how much sales you're going to have. It's going to know how much things are worth. There's a lot to get into, but it will assist. Anyway, so there's a lot to get into. This is a 3-minute introduction, so keep on looking around the website. Thanks a lot.